Homestead Miami Speedway is the next stop in the CORA IndyCar Series. Kevin McCarthy, the first staff member to walk away with a CORA Sunday money win, looking to do it again as he's been given express written permission to run the entire IndyCar Series. But with drivers like Eric Davis, Sal Cardi, and more hot on his tail, will he be able to defend his win from last week, or will he walk away at the hands of defeat to one of the other very talented drivers in the CORA Sunday Money Series? You're watching it live here on LSRTV. Good evening, race fans. Joe Cortez, Carl Jones here with you in the booth. Jacob Nye down on pit road. Let's go ahead and take it down trackside for tonight's opening ceremonies here at Homestead Miami Speedway.
Good evening, race fans. CORA Championship Online Racing Association proudly presents the Sunday Money Series. The Sunday Money Series is being brought to you by Cole's Wheelboard Truck Center, Redwood Falls, Minnesota. Berkey Painting and Sandblasting, a quality job at a fair price, Redwood Falls, Minnesota. Hurley Property Maintenance, when you want the job done right, Kingston, Ontario. Dale Smalley Drywall, the finish is what counts. Sophia, North Carolina. Small Town Computers, serving Midwestern Michigan. SH&D Trucking, Elburn, Illinois. Collisionworx and Collisionworx Autobody Express, making friends by accident in Memphis, Tennessee. Now at this time, ladies and gentlemen, please rise, and gentlemen, remove your caps, as the Reverend Rusty Dent will deliver our invocation.
Dear Lord, let us pray. We want to thank you, Lord, for all we have. Dear Lord, we ask you that you protect those men and women who serve us both here and abroad. And oh Lord, we give thanks to those who have served us and have given that ultimate sacrifice that we may enjoy the liberties that we have today. And oh Lord, we ask you that you give these drivers the skill and the good internet connection so that we may be given a race like no other. Lord, we ask you that our racing give us the green-white checkers that we so deserve, and that we may enjoy an exciting race to the finish we all want to see. Lord, may you heighten the senses and protect these drivers so that they can give us a three-wide, door-banging race to the checker flag tonight. And can we all say amen? And I'll say amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing as we proudly introduce Jaden Berkey to sing our national anthem.
Glorious and free, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And now at this time, the five sons of our CEO, James Brown, Alex, Andrew, Nick, Cody, and Ethan, will deliver the four most famous words in all of automotive racing. Good luck, drivers. To all those watching, it's time to sit back, relax, and strap it down. Let's go Sunday money racing, CORA style.
And we are back here at Homestead Miami Speedway for the Collisionworx Autobody IndyCars at Miami, getting ready to do 125 laps here around the perfect oval. Joe Cortez here in the booth, joined by my friends as always, Carl Jones here up in the booth, Jacob Knight down on pit road. And Carl, this is going to be a lot of fun. It's the first time we've seen these IndyCars take over here at an oval, and it should be make for a very quick, very entertaining 125 laps. That's going to separate the men from the boys.
Yeah, I agree. Looking for a really good race today here. If practice is any indication on what it's going to be in the race, I think we're going to really be in for a treat here with these Indy cars on an oval track.
Ought to be a lot of fun watching these guys go around 125 laps around this perfect mile-and-a-half oval at Homestead Miami Speedway. Could not ask for a better place to kick off the Oval Series here in the CORA Sunday Money IndyCar Mini Series. This is the only time we'll see the IndyCars out here. They'll have 3 more races, including this one with them. The Collisionworx Autobody IndyCars at Miami, followed by the Collisionworx Express IndyCars next week, and the finale at Michigan before we go into the chase, where we will have the trucks, the B cars, the Gen 6 cars, and the trucks one more time. So this ought to be really a treat for these guys. We don't see a whole lot of open wheel racing, but this is going to be really their time to shine. If you love open wheel racing, you've come to the right place with the CORA Sunday Money Series. Jacob Nye following all the storylines down on pit road. Jacob, what are you hearing down there about these open wheel cars at Homestead?
Joe, it's very simple. Tire management. They've talked about it all week long. Last week at Watkins Glen, it was all about warming up your tires to get the traction, but to not to burn them off. This week, it's about you need new tires. But once they're fresh tires, you're going to lose it really quickly. A lot of pit crews are worried about the opening start. Once they get spread out, they think it's going to be good. Once the fuel burns off, the cars are going to get a little tighter going up into the apex of 1 and 2 as well in 3 and 4. I'm going to be looking personally here at the exit of 4. I was told by a handful of drivers that there's a few bumps out there that could cause some big wrecks. So luckily being down here at pit road, I'll be able to see that from my view.
They're rolling off pit road. Let's take you down real quick. The Collisionworx Autobody open starting lineup for tonight's race in Homestead, Miami. Eric Davis starts on the pole, fastest time in his race, fastest time on the track. Salicardi starts second. Kevin McCarthy, last week's winner at the Glen, will start position number 3. Michael Johnson in 4th. Gary Bauer 5th. David Wank returns to CORA. He will restart in 6th. Don Stevenson 7th. Everett Lane in 8th. Charles Starks 9th. And Michael Churchma rounds out your top 10. Colton Berkey, Dominic Dieball, John Bensula, Bradley Cooper, Ryan Keese, your top 15. Gordon Berkey, Garrett Atwell, Jay Anderson, Phil Gary, and James Brown, your top 20. Joel Wood starts 21st. Michael Whitlock, 22nd. Jonathan McMinn, a new name here at CORA, will start 23rd tonight. Jason Halverson, 24th. Dylan Ackert, 25th. Michael Tibbetts, Sean Dower, Mark McFadden, Richard Holland, James Wilkins, your top 30. And that will round out your field of 30 here tonight at Homestead, Miami, as we get ready to go green flag racing for 125 laps around Homestead Miami Speedway. Pace car is in. Eric Davis wastes no time hitting the gas, and he has got a huge jump on the rest of the field. Eric Davis, position number 1. Kevin McCarthy, the gunfighter himself, now jumps to 2nd. Here comes Salicardi, Michael Johnson, Don Stevenson, top 5. Single file racing throughout the race right now. And everybody wasting no time getting in line and getting the tires warmed up on these very quick Indy cars.
Yeah, Joe, you got a pick for tonight? I'm picking Mr. Gary Bauer, Mr. Hard Luck Gary Bauer. Poor guy, he's had a hard season all season here. Nothing but bad luck. Maybe we'll see Gary turn his season around and pull a win out today. I'd like to see that.
Eric Davis well up in front. Mayor McCarthy in second. Battle slowly brewing for position number 3. Sal Accardi, Michael Johnson, 4th and 5th. Don Stevenson, the Coles Wheelberg Truck Center machine, in position number 5 right now. David Wenk, the LR Kelly Trucking machine, back on the track after missing a couple events. Guys, he was your points leader. He ended up missing 2 events, did not qualify into one of those, and now he's back on the track. He restarts tonight in position number 4 in points. He's got a great season building up for him, but the problem is he with those missing events, with those events that he missed, it's going to be a lot harder for him to climb back to the top of the points field.
So Jacob, just asking Joe there what his pick was for today, and I didn't get an answer from him. What do you got? What do you got for a pick for today's race?
I got fast lane racer Mike Johnson in a 78. He's talked up big about these cars, and I'm expecting a lot out of him tonight. Running in 3rd place here, running pretty solid in the early goings. I also, while walking down here on pit road, Carl, I bumped into our man of the hour, Alan Larson. Asked him, hey, who do you think's going to win tonight? He said Eric Davis, the guy who's actually out front right now. So, at least you got your 2 picks out of us here. So, I'll send it back up.
Well, yeah, I'm looking here that Gary Bauer just smacked the wall there like...
Looks like problems on the track early. Is number 68 machine, Phil Gary, in some big trouble. He is going to be limping now on the front stretch after making some heavy contact. In fact, going butt over tea kettle up there, looks like, on the front straightaway. Yellow flag out for the first time tonight as Phil Gary in the 68 machine goes for a ride on the front stretch. Let's go ahead and take you down that replay real quick. Coming off of turns number 1 and 2, fighting with the 01 machine, the Dixon trucking machine of John Pensula. He's going to have to force to check up, ends up straight into one of those other cars, and that is all she wrote. Ends up into the wall, sliding around, gets knocked over by the 09 machine of Ryan Keese, and Phil Gary goes straight over, ends up doing a helmet ride, if you will, on the front stretch before ending up back on all fours. Definitely shaken up for the wear after that run. That very scary run on the front straightaway. The yellow flag is out for the first time tonight here on the track, and it is barely with Eric Davis holding on to the lead. As soon as that yellow flag came out, guys, Eric Davis, Kevin McCarthy were side by side for positions 1. So Eric Davis will remain position number 1 on the field. Kevin McCarthy 2nd. Michael Johnson now in 3rd. Sal Accardi 4th. And Don Stevenson rounding out your top 5. David Wenk, Everett Lane, Michael Churchma, Colton Berkey, and Charlie Starks, your top 10 here on the field. And already you're seeing the cream rise to the top a little bit. You're seeing the big name drivers, the guys are consistently top 10 here in CORA. They are back in the top 10. It doesn't matter what kind of car they run. They are running consistently well out there.
What kind of what was your pick for today there, Joe? I asked you earlier. I don't think you got a chance to hear what I said there.
Guys, we talked about this a little bit earlier before the race went on. We kind of gave our ideas on who and what was going to end up where, and my pick remains Kevin McCarthy. You see him in the CVU gunfighter machine up front there. He was battling for the lead. He had a chance to take away the lead from Eric Davis before the yellow flag came out, and somehow the yellow flag saved him. Kevin McCarthy now just pacing in 2nd right now. You see him there bobbing back and forth. I've got a feeling the gunfighter's going to go 2 for 2 and show everybody why he is the top gun in the IndyCar series.
Well, my pick, bad luck Gary Bauer. Guess what? He had some bad luck again. I think he bounced it off the wall there. He dropped all the way back from his front running position to 24th on the track.
Bad luck for Gary Bauer. Let's go down to Jacob Nye. Jake, do you have any new information on that Phil Gary machine? All right, we'll have to come back to Jacob. Oh, there he is.
Well, I'm down here. I got down to Phil Gary. By the looks of it, he just had a high risk maneuver there. I asked his chief, was that a problem with the setup? And he looked at me. He goes, "No, that was just a lapse of concentration there. Phil tried to make a move and didn't realize somebody was up high. So they just went in, got to put a new nose on it, and sent him on his way back out to the track. He'll be good as new here."
Yeah, it looked to me like he just came up on that traffic really, really fast, and when he got out of the throttle, it just kicked the rear end around, is what it looked like to me, because he came up on that duo that was running there in front of him and really had nowhere to go. He didn't. If he were to try to pass him, he would have had to crank it hard left or hard right, and I think we would have seen the same exact thing happen. But yeah, it looks like he just got out of it real quick, and maybe even tapped the brake a little bit. Maybe broke those rear tires loose and just got him around. That's what it looked like to me anyway. What about you there, Joe? That's just my take on it.
Well, these cars are a whole lot different to run than any of the closed wheel racing that we do, and this is the only time in the schedule that we see them run these open wheel cars, and because of that, there's a definitely difficulty of degree that goes into it. And I think some of these guys, like you saw in that first incident, it just a lapse of concentration, not sure how to react when the car moves, and in this case, overreacting, and sent them into the wall to bring out our first caution flag of the evening. Pace car lights are off. They are doubled up through the field, so in about a half a lap here, we'll be back to green flag racing. Phil Gary given the EOL penalty for causing that incident. He will come back on the field with his burning his one and only reset here in this car. So Eric Davis back on front. Kevin McCarthy position number 2. Michael Johnson, the RMT trucking driver, position number 3. Sal Accardi, the Curiel trucking machine, number 4. And Don Stevenson, the Coles Wheelberg Truck Center, blue and white IndyCar, will be position number 5. David Wenk, Everett Lane, Michael Churchman, Colton Berkey, and Charlie Starks rounding out your top 10 here at Homestead Miami Speedway as the pace car makes a hard left turn down pit road. Eric Davis once again looking to get the throttle early, and he does. He wastes no time, leaving Top Gun in the dirt. Eric Davis does the flyby without permission, and he will continue to lead here scoring lap number 11. Kevin McCarthy now in second. Michael Johnson right there in the draft, position number 3. Don Stevenson now trying to fight off Sal Accardi, Everett Lane for that fourth and fifth position. It's going to be Sal Accardi, who started in the top 3 of the field tonight in the Curiel trucking machine, trying to make the move now on Don Stevenson. Stevenson has no friends down there. The Coles Wheelberg Truck Center machine goes back at least one position. Accardi gets it. Everett Lane now the 24 was the one. He will get by the 47 of Stevenson as well. Don't look now. Here come the Storm Motorsports drivers. David Wenk, Michael Churchma. A storm is brewing behind Don Stevenson. Can he hold on?
Looks like Don's going to take the low line. Well, I'm on the wrong driver. I'm sorry about that. I'm riding with David Wenk right here right now. David Wenk took the high line up and around there. Look, his car looks like it's very, very loose if you're watching it here. He is really...
Back up front, change in the lead. Kevin McCarthy finally stops Eric Davis, and the 44, the Top Gun gunfighter machine, will be position number 1 on the field as soon as they cross the start-finish line. Kevin McCarthy moves up to position number 1. Eric Davis drops back to position number 2. Michael Johnson still stalking both. And guys, there it is. You see it right there. Kevin McCarthy slowly but surely working his way around Eric Davis. And now McCarthy in charge of this field at Homestead, Miami.
Talk about being loose, though. I was looking at there at this restart, and Eric Davis, when he took off there, he got that car, big wreck in the back here, big wreck in the middle of the pack.
Big trouble, second caution flag out this time. Michael Church was involved. John Bensula finds a way to get out. Looks like Charlie Starks might be involved. Dominic Dieball, the small-town PC machine, is involved in this incident. Michael Churchma's engine is done after being involved in that incident, and it looks like more trouble on the track. Guys, where are you seeing trouble at?
Right now, that's the only trouble I saw was that one wreck there. As I was kind of talking about Eric Davis, I just seen Michael Churchman's car kind of pirouetting down the straightaway there. That's not the way it's supposed to be doing it. Trying to find out what exactly happened.
Hard luck, too, from down here. I'm watching Philip Gary tried to check up for that wreck, or after the wreck, and because they were cleaning up, he hit the wall again. He got in a Shondour and went up into the wall right in front of me on pit road here. Not sure. I believe they only have one reset tonight, so if that's the case, his night looks like it's done, as that car is driving almost with the nose at a 10 o'clock and your rear end's at a 3 o'clock.
Looks to me like the number 24 car there is one who kind of got loose there at the beginning of that wreck. That's Everett Lane. I don't know. I can't tell you exactly what happened there. It looked like Mike Churchman might have got into the back of Everett Lane there a little bit and maybe got Everett a little bit sideways, and it was on from there.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened, Carl. I'm watching the replay right now, and you can see he got loose on the high side. Churchman had nowhere to go, got in the rear wing of him, and just went right across the track. Looks like he even may have caught a tip of who could be your points leader by the end of the night, Don Stevenson, coming off 4 there.
Yeah, I think Mr. Stevenson kind of got a little bit nervous there on that. I saw him kind of go underneath. It looked like the pirouetting car of Michael Churchman.
Yeah, so trouble on the
It's a
track
shame
all
that
over the
they're
place. It looks
early
like,
on to
Jacob.
get these incidents for Everett and Don Stevenson.
So trouble all over the track for this second
telling
position
me, Joe,
out here.
I'm watching this and just thinking to myself, the chase is coming up, and the point.
Chase is coming up here in about 2 more weeks here in the CORA Sunday Money Series, and this is the only time we're going to see them open wheel racing when we go to the Chase. The Chase format will be a little bit of everything you've seen here so far in the CORA Sunday Money Series. We'll have the Collisionworx Express trucks here at Homestead, Miami to kick it off June 1st, followed by the Retro Night card. The Retro Night brought to you by JJN Productions. Everyone's got to run a retro paint scheme with their sponsors on it in the Nationwide car. Should be a lot of fun. Then the Gen 6, followed by the Gen 6 cars for the Collisionworx Autobody out of Gen 6 at Michigan. And to cut off the rest of the tail end of this season, it'll be the Agassiz Speedway 101 with the trucks at Talladega, a combination that has always been fun here in the CORA Sunday Money Series. To find out more, visit their website, CORA-racing.com, CORA-racing.com, the home of the Championship Online Racing Association and the Sunday Money Series.
As we get them lined up here, getting ready for a restart, we got Kevin McCarthy, Eric Davis, Michael Johnson, Sal Accardi, Don Stevenson is your top 5. David Wink, Charlie Starks, Colton Berkey, Garrett Atwell, can't talk, tongue broke, and Gordon Berkey is going to be your top 10.
Everett Lane given the EOL penalty for getting involved in that incident out there, and kind of funny, as Everett Lane almost looked like he was collateral damage in that one. Can't speak to that penalty, guys, but it is what it is, as they say.
Yeah.
And Kevin McCarthy will start alone in the front of the field.
Well, when I saw that, when I was watching the replay there, it kind of did look like Everett got a little bit loose there, and Michael Churchman kind of got into him. I don't look like Michael Churchman started. I think Everett was a little loose and had to get off the throttle, and just poor Michael just didn't have anywhere to go. Just got into the rear spoiler there and got him around.
Tough way to go out there, but at least he gets a reset. At least he gets reset and back on track here at Homestead, Miami for the Collisionworx Autobody Indy cars at Miami. Pace car will make the hard left turn down pit road this time by. It will be Kevin McCarthy, Eric Davis, Michael Johnson, Salicardi, Don Stevenson, your top 5. David Wenk still in the top 10. Charlie Starks, Garrett Atwell, Gordon Berkey all rounding out your top 10. Green flag flies, and Kevin McCarthy once again back on the front in lap 20 of 125. It's still about 106 laps left to go here at Homestead Miami Speedway, and these guys wasting no time getting them clicked off. Kevin McCarthy wants to make it 2 for 2. Eric Davis now feeling the pressure from Michael Johnson, the RMJ trucking machine in position number 3, doing everything he can to fight off Eric Davis. Eric Davis goes high. Johnson trying to take away position number 2. He's on the back door. He is knocking. He wants that position. The question, though, is how bad does he want it?
Well, I'll tell you, just watching the restart there and watched Kevin McCarthy's restart. He had a nice straight restart, didn't spin the tires at all. Totally different restarts both times for Eric Davis. Every time when he was leading there, he restarted. Both times he got that car twitching really bad before he went into turn 1 there. And I'm wondering if he's having some handling problems, because I've been watching Eric here the last couple of laps under green, and he's been getting it sideways.
Wreck on the field once again. It's a third wreck of the field. It's on the front stretch, guys. Dylan Ackert, Dominic Dyball, the 15 machine, the 29 of Dylan Ackert, involved in another incident tonight, and that will bring out the caution flag for the third time. Heavy smoke pouring out of the small town PC machine of Dominic Dyball. Dylan Ackert, and worse for the wear as well in the 29 Collisionworx machine out there. Both those drivers limping, and that is going to bring out the caution flag for the third time tonight. Guys, we often say cautions breed cautions, but looks like nerves are breeding cautions a little bit in these open wheel cars.
Well, I think we're going to see the same exact thing that just happened to Dylan Ackert that happened to Everett Lane. He got out of the throttle a little bit coming out of the turn there, and there's no brake lights on these cars. So you get out of the throttle, touch the brake. You know it's really hard to tell at these speeds that the guy in front of you just slows down a little bit. It doesn't take all that much. And Dominic Dyball got into his rear end and got him around and upside down. And that's a really damaged looking car there of Dylan Ackert, though. I don't think he's going to be able to get that car fixed, because I think he's already used his reset for the day.
Carl, going off what you said there about those wrecks, that was the one thing these crew chiefs mentioned to me. As the fuel loads get lighter in these cars, they're going to get really tight, and the drivers are going to crank these wheels harder. Well, here's the, as soon as that air catches that car with the wheels being turned as hard as they are, it's going to snap loose on them. And early on in the going here, only 24 laps in, we've seen it happen twice that have caused incidents, let alone there might be about 10 or 15 times that may have happened as well. Luckily, drivers caught themselves. But these guys are going to be adjusting their knobs all night on the wheel there for the rear packer adjustment. They're going to be going out there changing the weight shift just so the car can rotate better as they burn off that fuel, because the more weight in the car, the better it sucks down to the track, and as they burn that fuel off, they're getting really tight, and that's where it's causing these cars to get that snap loose at the very end.
Under the third caution flag here in the Collisionworx Autobody Indy cars at Miami, Homestead Miami Speedway, the venue for tonight's race. Let's go ahead and step away and take our first commercial break of the evening. Kevin McCarthy looking to defend his season opening win at Watkins Glen. Can he make it 2 for 2 at Homestead? We'll find out when we return. You're watching live coverage of the CORA Sunday Money Series on LSRTV. Car has the lights off. We're doubled up here in the Collisionworx Autobody Indy cars at the Homestead, Miami. 125 laps scheduled for tonight's field, and we are just in. When we go back to Green Flag Racing, we'll be just under 100 to go here at Homestead, Miami. The mile-and-a-half oval playing about very, very quickly in these Indy cars. Kevin McCarthy back in front of the field. Eric Davis second. Michael Johnson third. David Wenk now in fifth, as we saw Cardi should be fourth. Charlie Starks, Don Stevenson, Garrett Atwell, Colton Berkey, Joel Wood, all in the top 10. And right now it's all about Kevin McCarthy. He wants to be the only staff member to win back-to-back races here in CORA. Can he do it? Green flag was all his, and there goes the gunfighter. Kevin McCarthy gets back up front now, battles for position number 2. Eric Davis has held on, but the RMJ trucking driver Michael Johnson wants to get it for himself. He's going to get the low line. He's got the preferred line, and he's got it. Now here in the 68 machine, having some trouble on the track. Phil Gary does a self-spin out there in the in a neon green autosforsale.com machine, and Phil Gary will take it down the road there. Everett Lane going to take it down pit road as well in the 24 machine. Well, Everett Lane once again trying to clear that black flag on his machine, able to do so after he gets into the grass. So Everett Lane, more trouble there for that red number 24, the W&W trucking machine, as we got big trouble on the track. Ryan Keese involved. Richard Holland, one of the autosforsale.com involved. A couple other cars involved. Jason Halverson, the 21. Michael Whitlock, the FedEx machine involved in that one as well. Replays up, 4 cars involved. And it's hard to say where this one started at. Again, I think nerves just getting the best of these drivers out here as we continue to run. Let's say you're watching the replay live here on the screen. It really all starts with the FedEx machine of Michael Whitlock, the FedEx Collisionworx machine of Michael Whitlock. He touches the wall, ends up getting into the 31, the autosforsale.com machine of Richard Holland, and then Michael Churchma, the Lafarge machine, gets collateral damage as a result of that. Michael Whitlock also ends up hooking up with Ryan Keese and Jason Halverson out there. So 5 Indy cars getting at least some piece of it, and all these guys with bent up machines as a result of it. 4th caution flag of the night here at Homestead. And I have to say, I think, guys, I've got a feeling that nerves are really starting to play into these drivers and getting into their heads tonight.
I was watching the FedEx car there, Michael Whitlock. It looks like he was coming out of the turn there, and the car just got super, super tight on the front of the car. It just skated straight up to the wall there. And I'm trying to get one more look at this replay. But yeah, that's definitely exactly what happened there. It looks like he just got super tight coming out of turn and overcorrected it there once his rear end finally cut loose and turned it straight into the outside wall.
Hey, Joe, I just got a phone call down here from my stock broker. Do you want to make an investment with me tonight? Bear Bond stock might be going up through the roof by the end of this race. A lot of damaged cars down here on pit road.
I actually bought some Bear Bond stock right before tonight's race, and so far I'm not regretting it.
Me neither. My stockbroker just told me. He goes, "Hey, this is a great investment. I'm watching this Indy race," and I said, "Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of busy pit crews though. They're earning their paychecks tonight."
With so many laps being run under caution flag, Jake, I've got to ask you, what is the pit strategy now for for a lot of these crews? With them running these slower laps, they're not burning as much fuel. So, how much do these caution flags extend their pit window?
Honestly, I don't think it extends it a whole lot. I mean, it is going to make it last longer, but I know Kevin McCarthy for sure, because he was one of my guys I talked to down in the garage today. He is a lot faster, he said, with fuel, a full load of fuel, and the cars do get tight, but he knows how to make the adjustments. I think if we have another caution or two, it's going to take and eliminate at least one whole pit stop out of tonight's race. I'm praying we don't have another caution. I want to see these guys actually buck up, tighten the straps down, and let the reins go. But unfortunately, the trend is not looking so well for that right now.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that. Unfortunately, they did take away the incidents where there is no longer have incidents, and I think that's what's going to be the cause of this. A few races back, if you remember, Joe, they put the incidents in, and it seemed like it cut the caution flags more than in half. And now they took them back away because a lot of people didn't like that incident thing because they were getting taken out of races, not because of their own doing. They might have gotten into somebody who was in an accident and gave them too many points and knocked them out of the race. But it's like they're not, they know that, well, there's the only thing I'm going to have to worry about now is just if I wreck, no big deal. I'll be able to come right back out because I'm not going to have any incidents. So I think they're just taking this a little bit too lightly. I think they need to bring that back.
Well, we saw that happen earlier this year at the big super speedways, and at super speedway race, there's one in particular where the race ended on time instead of laps. That comes to mind, and that's really when you saw them make those major sweeping changes to the rule book, which we absolutely supported. The other half of that, guys, is remember, this is the only time in the season they run open wheel racing. They don't do open wheel racing in the chase. They don't do it any time else in the season. So this is the only time we see these guys take these Indy cars out on the track and let them open up and go green flag racing. So it could be a little bit of nerves, could be a little bit of carelessness, and it could also be a lot of unfamiliarity with these cars. We saw a couple guys trying to bump draft, and it doesn't work here in these open wheels. It just does not work that way.
No,
not
at all. But
Kevin, go ahead.
I'm just going to say I'd like to see them bring those incidents back. I'd like to see them. I know a lot of the drivers, like I said, they didn't like them because they were taken out of races because of the incidents. But I think it's a 100% necessity to have them in there to give these guys a reason to stay off of each other's bumpers and off of each other's wheels.
Kevin McCarthy, Michael Johnson back on the front row, getting ready to do business for the 5th time tonight. Base car will come down to the safety of pit road this time, and it will be Kevin McCarthy, Michael Johnson side by side. Kevin McCarthy gets the jump, the gunfighter back in position number 1, and look who's followed him. That's the Elk Camel machine of Eric Davis immediately on his tail end. So now we got a battle for position number 1 brewing in these Indy cars. And look who's following right behind. Michael Johnson in 3rd. Eric Davis in a little bit of trouble. Makes contact with Kevin McCarthy. And now Eric Davis falls back just a little bit. Michael Johnson 3rd. Sal Accardi, the Curiel trucking machine, trying to capitalize on that major mistake. And Sal Accardi gets underneath Michael Johnson. Could this be the pass for position number 3? The Curiel trucking machine gets past the RMJ trucking machine. And now Sal Accardi, position number 3. David Wick now position number 5 in the LR Kelly trucking machine. Don Stevenson trying to fight off Charlie Starks. Charlie Starks making a big move on the outside in that camouflage Jegs machine. And the way he is driving it, you'd think it would be in stealth. That 02 running incredibly hard tonight.
Yeah, I think Michael Johnson there lost his mo there when Eric Davis checked up in front of him. He had to check up. It was just kind of an accordion reaction there. After he lost his mo, he wasn't able to really get it back in there. Too awful good. Sal Accardi to get around him, and looks like he's still not back into it yet. He's still falling back a little bit from Sal. Michael Johnson's fading back a little bit.
Michael Johnson fading back a little bit. More trouble, though, for Michael Whitlock in the 28 machine. He is going to get black flag this time by, and he's going to go serve that penalty down on pit road. Back up front, McCarthy still up front. Davis, Sal Accardi, Michael Johnson, David Wenk, 5th. Garrett Atwell, one of the big surprises out there. The number 7 machine, right now tonight, the number 4 machine in position number 7. That unsponsored machine still running strong. Don Stevenson in 8th. Colton Berkey in 9th. Colton Berkey in the SH&D Trucking Lions Club machine, showing a strong showing. And then there's Gordon Berkey, the CORA sponsor driver, in 10th, but that could change real quick as Joel Wood, the 79 machine, making a big move around Gordon Berkey to get into the position. And now the 78 and 79 of Joel Wood, the R&R transport machine, he will take away position number 10.
These guys are using all parts of this racetrack. I was watching the front of the field there, and I looked back and I seen somebody even using the apron to make a pass on it. And they're getting real gutsy out here. Kind of a bad idea though to get down on that apron. You get down on that apron, it's going to cause you to get really, really loose getting back onto the track where the banking is.
James Brown still holding on to position number 12. Bradley Cooper, the Agassiz Speedway purple machine. He is trying to pass him the hard way on that outside line. And James Brown doing everything he can to hold him off. Can't do it. James Brown getting high line there, not only by Bradley Cooper in the Agassiz Speedway number 25, but also that's going to be the 97 of Michael Tibbetts, the Wrangler Jeans machine. He is going to try to get around both those CORA machines. Now a little bit of CORA blocking here between some of your executive team. Gordon Berkey, James Brown doing everything they can to hold Michael Tibbetts back.
We got some big news here. The leader of the race just dropped out. Kevin McCarthy just dropped out of the server altogether.
Big trouble on the front stretch. Salicardi, Michael Johnson. Now Charlie Starks get a piece of it. Charlie Starks goes spinning like a top down the front stretch. He has completely lost control of that machine. Walt stops the death spin, and that will bring out the caution flag for the 5th time tonight. Charlie Starks, the big loser in that incident between Michael Johnson and Sal Accardi on the front straightaway. The 0-2 getting clipped by, it looks like the 78 machine, and that, no, it's going to be Sal Accardi, the 39 he gets clipped by, and that is going to send him straight into the wall down the front stretch, and caution flag will come out. Kevin McCarthy officially has lost the server, and your leader, the Top Gun himself, is gone, is dropped out, and he is going to lose position. More trouble on the track now as Sal Accardi is upside down.
Action all over the place there, and I have to disagree with you. I think the big loser on this is going to be, unfortunately, is going to be poor Kevin McCarthy there. He's now gone 2 laps down. If he even makes it back into the race, he's going to be he's going to be way behind. He's not even going to have a chance to catch back up now.
Another incident on the track involving Michael Churchma, the Lafarge machine that was running in the top 10, now in 14th, checking up for that incident. He got into the back of the number 97 of Michael Tibbetts. Both those machines end up with a little bit of damage as they got tangled up into the wall, and I believe that is going to hurt Michael Churchma the most. I don't know that he has another reset in that car. No, he is using his one and only reset out there, and he will be back out on the track, hoping to make it work out there. So I think you're right, though. I think that Kevin McCarthy might be the biggest loser out there as a result of those electrical issues, currently being scored 2 laps down, position number 26, due to an electrical issue. That has got to be a hard fall for your COO, Kevin McCarthy.
Well, I'm kind of wondering if that's not what caused this whole thing, because I heard them talking out there, and they said, wasn't there somebody in front of me? And all of a sudden, it just like people started checking up. I didn't know if they were worried about that he was going to just pop back up on the track, because he didn't drop out of the server immediately. And I wonder if they were just kind of checking up, maybe thinking that Kevin might pop back onto the track, because I've seen that happen where a guy will he'll disappear for a couple seconds, and all of a sudden he'll come back on, and everybody's into him. So I'm wondering if that's not what caused this whole big incident in the first place.
Entirely possible as Eric Davis continues to lead out now. David Wenk in second, Garrett Atwell, Colton Berkey, Joel Wood, your top 5. Let's go down. Jacob Nye down on pit road. Jacob, we had a couple guys come down, including Churchman and Sean Dower in one of those AutosForSale.com machines. What are people looking for at this point in the race? Is it more fuel? Is it new Firestone Firehawk tires? What are they looking for when they come down pit road?
Honestly, I think they're looking for their drivers. This is a rough race for the crews down here. They're just they're shaking their heads. A lot of practice in this week, and it just seems like bad luck is plaguing every single driver except for maybe the front couple. Up and down the pit road, I'm looking at despair from teams. The fast lane hauler is getting full in a hurry with their resets. Everett Lane's used a reset. Dominic Dyball's used a reset. Mike Johnson's used a reset. Charlie Starks and Sal Accardi, who are associated with Fastlane from Second Gear Racing, have used their resets. It's scary to see all these dead cars into trailers getting swapped out for a new one quick. And then I ran down here to the Top Guns team. Man, they're all in their suits and ties in pit road, excited for tonight. And despair from disconnection errors, so a lot of pain and agony down here. And then you go down to Eric Davis' picker, they're all smiles. He's just out front driving away with us right now.
Lights are off on the pace car. One more to go before we go back to green flag racing. It'll be Eric Davis up front. David Wenk, the former points leader, now position number 2. Colton Berkey, Garrett Atwell, row number 2. Bradley Cooper, Joel Wood, row number 3. It'll be Gordon Berkey, and it should be Gordon Berkey and Gordon Berkey and James Brown, row number 4. Jay Anderson, Dylan Ackert, row number 5, as we get ready to go back to green flag racing out here. Let's go ahead and continue racing here as they go down the back stretch. Phil Gary, I'm being told, out of the race. Pace car running through turns 3 and 4. David Wenk, Eric Davis on the front row, and the LR Kelly trucking machine now in a very dangerous position to take away the lead. But don't count out Colton Berkey, the SH&D Lions Club trucking machine. They're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing here in just a moment. So pace car will make the hard left turn down pit road this time by Eric Davis in a very familiar position, took away the pole, and now he's going to try to take away the lead one more time. Eric Davis, the second lead change of the night. He will take away back to position number 1, and he is going in away. David Wenk second, Garrett Atwell third, Colton Berkey fourth, and now it's a battle for position number 2, Carl.
What do we have?
Caution on the field one more time out here as we got another incident on the track. It's involving the 28, the FedEx machine of Michael Whitlock out there. And Whitlock, this looks like he got into the 02 of Charlie Starks. And that is going to bring out caution number 6 on the field tonight. Whitlock gets the nose ripped off of that 28 FedEx machine. You're looking at the replay right now. Whitlock makes contact with a 02 of Charlie Starks, and that is all she wrote. He's going to lose control of that machine. It looks like they made tire-to-tire contact there almost. And now Michael Whitlock ends up doing the spin into the wall, gets the nose clip clean off, and Whitlock once again in trouble. I don't believe he has another reset in that machine. Let's go down Jacob Nye, who I believe is caught up with one of the drivers that is out watching the race now from the garage.
Yeah, Joe, I'm down here at the Infield Care Center with Philip Gary. Phil, you took a wild ride in the front stretch. Run us through that. What happened back there? All right, let's try again. Phil Gary, saw you take a wild ride there in the front stretch, buddy. What happened to you?
Just got loose on a restart there, got a little sideways and got the wall, and I'd already been pushed into the wall twice, so it just, front end was out, and right now the steering is too bad to drive.
Yeah, at least you're okay here, buddy. Are you done? Can your crew fix the car tonight, or are you done officially for the rest of the day?
I'm officially done for the rest of the day. I'm going to be in here helping out with the teammates and trying to get them pushed to the front.
All right, I'll let you go to head down to the Old School Motorsports pit garage. I'll send it back up to you, Joe.
So caution flag out once again on this field. Eric Davis, the guy who's probably most relieved to see it come out. Garrett Atwell second, David Wenk now in third, Colton Berkey, Bradley Cooper in fifth. And Carl, what a wild race we've seen.
Yeah, sorry about that. Just as you started talking to me there, I started getting some stuff over the radio there about a wreck, and sure enough, there it was. Mr. Whitlock looks like he just got plain door slammed there and just knocked him for a loop. But yeah, sorry about the miscommunication, but it looks like Mr. Whitlock has retired for the day.
So we'll have to see if we can grab Michael Whitlock as he goes out of the infield care center after that incident. He is officially done for the evening. He'll be one of 2 cars retired on the field. So what was a 30-car field? Now a 28-car field. Eric Davis back in command. And Carl, looks like they're just battling for scraps back there. Garrett Atwell, David Wenk, Colton Berkey, Bradley Cooper. They are running as hard as they can out there. They're doing what they can to keep running out there, but it's just not the same. These guys are running, it seems like, for position number 2. Eric Davis, your pole sitter, he is finding a way up there to take away the lead.
It looks like Kevin McCarthy has got his problems fixed, brought his car back out on the track. He's 5 laps down, but I believe, like I said before, he is racing for the IndyCar points. So every lap, every position is going to count for this. So it's good to see. I'm glad to see Kevin get back out there. Kind of was hoping to see him in a different position than this. Maybe get an interview here with us at the end of the night. But he's 5 laps down. I don't think that's going to be the case. But he is back out of the track. He's going to try for the points.
He is going to try for the points. He's been given express written permission from the CORA board to take off the COO hat for these next 2 races, I should say, in the IndyCar Series and go back to running for championship out there. So we certainly wish Kevin McCarthy well. Guys, if he's able to be successful in that, he would be the first driver, the first staff member here at CORA to win a CORA championship.
Yeah, that's kind of exciting. I like that. It'd be nice to see Kevin be able to get out there and do that. And he's got some big plans on that if he wins a championship on that for the IndyCars. I don't think that you're going to see him pocket any of that money. I think that's going to be funneled right back into some special events for CORA. We'll see what's going to happen here in the future, though.
We'll see how that's going to happen, and we'll see exactly what takes place. He's got to win the championship before he can spend that championship money.
Yeah, don't want to spend it too soon. That's never a good thing. They're double back up here, getting ready to take a restart.
Getting ready to go back to Green Flag Racing as they run on the back stretch. Salicardi getting a lap, one of his laps back. He'll get the lucky dog, and he'll be 1 lap down as a result of getting that lucky dog. Eric Davis still on the front row. Garrett Atwell, the Curiel Trucking Machine, position number 2. David Wenck, the LR Kelly Trucking Machine, 3rd. Colton Berkey, the SH&D Lions Club Machine, position number 4. And Bradley Cooper, the Agassiz Speedway Machine, will round out position number 5. Out here as we get ready to go back to Green Flag Racing. Pace car lights are off. Only 2 more turns before we get these cars back revved up and running here in Homestead Miami Speedway. The question, though, is we've already seen cautions, precautions. How much longer before we see another caution on the field? Eric Davis hits the hammer. He is gone, baby, gone, and it will restart the race on scoring lap number 49. Now battle for position number 2. David Wenck fights off Garrett Atwell. Garrett Atwell fall in line. Now in more trouble for Colton Berkey as he gets way outside. Bradley Cooper, the door is open for him. Cooper finds a way, and Cooper will go side by side with Colton Berkey there for position number 5. Will be Bradley Cooper. Looks like getting it. And look who's joining the party as well. Joel Wood trying to get up there and try to get a little position for himself.
Yeah, I think Colton Berkey just had a moment there. Wow. If you were watching him, he just shot straight up. Didn't touch the wall, but he went from the bottom right to the top and just gave us a little thrill ride right there for a second.
David Wenck still in position number 2. Garrett Atwell 3rd, but battles really around position number 4. Bradley Cooper now in 4th. Colton Berkey holds on to 5th. Joel Wood can't hold on to where he was. He's going to drop all the way back to position number 7. Gordon Berkey now in the mix. He is position number 6. And look who's broken in the top 10. Your CEO, James Brown, in that fire red and black CORA machine. He is now position number 8. Dylan Ackert, 9th. Don Stevenson, the Coles Wheelberg Truck Center machine, position number 10 on the field. But now battle for position number 11. Jason Halverson fighting with Michael Johnson. Michael Johnson doing everything he can in that number 7-8 RMJ Trucking machine from Montgomery, Illinois. He's going to now break into the top 10, taking away that position from Jason Halverson. Check that, he'll be position number 11. Halverson will drop to 12th. Michael Churchma will drop to stay in position number 13 in the Lafarge machine. Richard Holland now 14th. Michael Tibbetts 15th. John Bansula, the Dixon Trucking Machine, 16th. Jay Anderson, he's a guy we haven't talked a whole lot about tonight in that number 18 machine. He's going to now sit in position number 17, and it looks like caution flag might be out in the field again. Nope. Yes, caution flag on the field. We have a car flipping over on the field. That is CORA rookie Jonathan McMinn in the 92 machine. He lost it. He was flipped over, and that's going to bring out another caution flag. So you look at the number 92 machine, and it looks like it was just a mistake of his own making out there with a little help of 0-2 of Charlie Starks, whose bad luck continues to grow. Charlie Starks makes contact with the 24 machine. That 24 now belongs to Everett Lane, the W&W Trucking machine. The 0-2 almost makes contact with the 92. The 92 able to save it, but he's going to get straight into that safer barrier. The wall glue ends up spinning him around, and that's when he goes head over heels. He gets on his side and ends up on the roll roll bar, does a couple barrel rolls, does several barrel rolls down the road, and that is going to be all that she wrote for rookie Jonathan McMinn. He's going to need a reset to get back on track. Pit stop's getting ready to get busy. Guys, let's get ready to service these machines.
Yeah, running down here pit road, Joe, I'm looking up and down. All the crews have 4 tires up on the wall, which is not uncommon for the Indy cars. All I do is put the air jack up on the center of the vehicle, lifts up the vehicle, gets 4 tires and a full load of fuel. Looking down here, we got Eric Davis, David Wink, Garrett Atwell, and Brad Cooper for sure taking the commitment of pit road. And I'm trying to look down here at the other end of pit road. It's hard to see who they are. The numbers are so small in these panels. Mark McFadden and John Pansula are also the other drivers who took 4 tires and fuel here on pit road. Maybe even fix a little bit of adjustments after some contact if they use the resets. And I was down here talking to Fast Lane's Joel Woods, crew chief. Just so you guys know, he's running a brand new chassis and body here tonight. Never tuned in, courtesy of Cyber Computers. He has a brand new chassis and body here running on his tonight. Never ran it before, so it's a learning lesson for the 79 here tonight in 3rd place. What a learning curve.
Eric Davis wins the race off pit road. Garrett Atwell, David Wink, Bradley Cooper, John Pansula, your top 5. Will they continue to hold on to that position, or will it be a battle for position once we go back to Green Flag Racing? We will find out when we return. You're watching LSRTV's live coverage of the CORA Sunday Money Series. It is the Collisionworx Autobody 125 from Homestead Miami Speedway on LSRTV. Mac live here at the Collisionworx 125 at Homestead Miami Speedway. New leader on the field, Colton Berkey. The SH&D trucking machine right beside him, Gordon Berkey. Father-son team battling first and second. When we come back, Green Flag Racing in just 2 turns. Joel Wood now 3rd. James Brown 4th. Dylan Ackert, your top 5. Don Stevenson, Michael Johnson, Michael Churchwell, Jason Alverson, Richard Holland, your top 10. And that pit stop was exactly what everyone needed to jumble up this field a little bit and make everything get back to the business of racing. And now we're going to see a brand new leader, the father-son team. I don't believe we've ever seen them first second, Carl. As the green flag flies, Colton Berkey hits the loud pedal. Gordon trails in right behind him. Berkey's first and second. 4 wide in 1 for just a moment there before discretion became the better part of valor. Now debating making it go 3 wide one more time, right around the number 47 of Don Stevenson. Michael Churchman, James Brown both trying to work now to get around him and get side by side with him. And low look behind him, but Dylan Ackert's now back in the mix. They're going to go 2 by 2 through turns 1 and 2 out there, and they are battling for position. 47 might be losing position to that 88 of Michael Churchman, the gravel Lafarge machine. He might be trying to make a big move. He's going to. Don Stevenson, though, in the Coles Wheelberg Truck Center machine, not in a hurry to get around that, to lose that position. The 88 checks up a little bit. The 88 has a little bit of a hiccup there, and now James Brown might take advantage of it. The Lafarge machine that was running so strong is going to drop 2, maybe 3 positions on the field. Churchman can't hold on.
And going in the other direction is the number 65 of Eric Davis. He's heading right back up to the front. He had dropped back down to around 11th, 12th position. He has now just gotten around the 31 car, the 21 car of Richard Holland and Jason Halverson. And it looks like Eric Davis is on a march back to the front. He's looking to get his lead back.
Trouble on the inside wall is going to be Ryan Keys, the 09 machine, the lock machine, not being lucky out there as he's going to get involved, and that's going to bring out the caution flag one more time here on the track. The 09 of Ryan Keys, the luck machine, runs out of luck out there, and he's going to have some heavy damage on that Dallara Indy car, and that is going to cause him to have to come back down pit road, and I believe burn his first reset of the night.
Yep. Joe, just watching the replay quick of that wreck, and pre-race asked me what the crews thought about this race, and they said about bumps in 3 and 4. Yeah. Mr. Lucky there found that one bump and sent him sailing on the inside wall. It's a shame. He'll get a tow back here to pit road and get a reset here, hopefully. Pit crew just kind of just pulling out the bear bond again. My stock's going through the roof. I don't know about yours. And Carl, do you want to invest in it with us? We're making millions right now with all the bear bond.
No, because I don't like watching this kind of stuff happening. This is not what I wanted to see. We were hoping to see a nice, clean green to checker flag race today, and nope, I'm not going to take you up on that one. I'm sorry.
It's fair enough.
Don't want to invest in that one. But
yeah, we're just trying to make lemonade out of lemon down here in pit road. And, you know, it's unfortunate. So.
Thank you, Lord. That was great. Best we could do is Kool-Aid.
It's all right, Carl. When we're millionaires after this bear bond deal, you're welcome to visit us in our mansions and our yachts, and we might even sponsor you. James Brown, the CEO, here having some problems down on pit road. Jacob, what happened?
Standing here at his pit exit, I was watching 4 tires in fuel. They dropped the hammer, said go. He punched it. Apparently punched it too hard, spun the car right around on the exit pit road. Didn't hit anything, though, just backed it up harmlessly, shook his head, looked at his pit crew, gave him a thumbs up, and drove away. At least he has a good sense of spirit about it. He wrecked on pit road by himself, no harm, no foul. At least it wasn't on the racetrack. He's off and away. He'll probably be lining up here at the back of the pack. Looks like maybe 20th, 21st, somewhere around there.
Gotta kind of wonder, we had the... Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3 cars up here in the front of the track that have not pitted yet. Michael Churchma, he's been in and out of the pit several times there with some couple incidents, so he's got some at least halfway decent tires on there. But Gordon Berkey and Colton, neither one of them have pitted yet today. You got names like Dylan Ackhart coming. You got Eric Davis coming. They have new tires, full loads of fuel. It's going to make for some interesting restarts, I believe.
Going to make for a lot of very interesting restarts here on the field as pit strategy has been all but thrown away. I've got to ask you now, Jacob, what's going to happen here? Are they going to have enough fuel for those guys who pitted the last round? Are they going to have enough fuel to make it all the way? And the question is, do they want to have enough fuel to make it to go all the way?
I think it would... Well, that's a tough question to answer, Joe. If it stays green, I think everyone's going to have to pit one more time. With, unfortunately, the trend we're getting, I think the guys who just pit will be okay. I do not remember seeing Gordon Berkey coming down pit road at all today, but Colton was down pit road around lap 21. with that big wreck that happened on the track. He got collected, came in, got a reset, 4 tires and fuel. So he has at least 21 more laps of fuel than his old man does, I believe. And, I mean, he's going to have to pit for sure, but these guys who just pit, specifically Brown and Wood, I think they are good enough to go to the finish if we go green all the way by a hair. It's going to be really close.
I got to ask you, Jacob. You really like racing in CORA and broadcasting for him?
Yeah,
well, then why are you
racing.
calling Gordon Berkey an old man? He's going to hear that and he's going to say, he's out of here. I'm kidding with you.
Hey, well, you got to remember, though, Carl, I mean, I'm only in my 20s, so anyone who's over my age is an old man to me.
Oh, thanks.
But, you know, hey, it's the truth. It's the sad truth. I'll be in
Caution
your shoes
lights
in
are
20
out on the track.
years.
They're getting ready to take the green here again.
Well, this has been a very interesting exchange.
Hey, at least I know I have a job in the booth.
Gordon Berkey, Don Stevenson, Dylan Ackert, and Michael Churchma, your top 5. Michael Johnson, Richard Holland, Jason Halverson, Eric Davis now back in the top 10. Look like Andrew Anderson, Michael Tibbetts will be in the top 10 as well. So a lot of very, very interesting drivers out here. Ryan Keese electing to pull up behind the wall. The luck machine will be the next casualty of the race here. So it looks like we really only have about 4 cars retired. So of the 29 that took tonight's checkered flag, 25 remain on track. It's not, it's a little bit crazy look, but we've seen crazier things happen here on the Speedway. Time running out in the Collisionworx Autobody 125 here at Homestead Miami Speedway. Colton Berkey, Gordon Berkey on the potential first-second Berkey finish, and that'd be the first time they've ever done that out here. Can they hold on to it, or is our party going to be ruined? We'll find out. This Colton Berkey hits the hammer, and we're back to green flag racing here at Homestead Miami Speedway. Colton Berkey up front, Gordon Berkey second. Don Stevenson now works his way up to position number 3. Dylan Ackert fourth. Michael Churchma almost cuts a nose off Michael Johnson. And with the Lafarge machine now position number 5, maybe position number 4, if Dylan Ackert will give away the position in the Collisionworx Dallara IndyCar out there.
And right now, Michael Johnson's heavily under fire by Eric Davis. Eric Davis taking a look to the outside here. Looks like he's going to get a run back down to the inside. He cuts it back down. He's going to get a run down here on the 78 car of the Michael Johnson. And Michael Johnson just drops the door right in front of him and says, I'm taking that position back.
Michael Johnson doing everything he can to hold off Dylan Ackert now. Dylan Ackert in the Collisionworx machine hits the wall hard, and now they're going to go side by side. Ackert back in position, and they're going to try to make some moves out here with Michael Johnson on the tail end. Eric Davis, don't count him out. He is still charging through the field, down position number 7. Watching the battle between Ackert and Michael Johnson work in front of him. Eric Davis trying to get around the Collisionworx machine. The number 29 does not want to give it away. Dylan Ackert fighting him everything he can. It's too little, too late. Ackert gets past, and the Collisionworx machine now down to position number 7.
Looks like the father and son race up front's getting hot up here. Looks like Gordon's hot on the grill, on the back bumper of, well, on the back spoiler. There's no bumpers on these cars. On the back spoiler of Colton Berkey.
So Berkey remained first and second on the field. And look who's still working with him. Don Stevenson still just a stone's thrown away from the rear spoiler of the 17 of Gordon Berkey. Michael Churchwell fourth. Michael E. Johnson fifth. Eric Davis now in 6th. Dylan Ackert 7th. Now battle for position number 8 as Sean Dower, the Autos for Sale Old Schools machine, gets passed by Sal Accardi in the Curiel Trucking Dallara IndyCars. So Sal Accardi now position number 8. Sean Dower position number 9. And teammate Richard Holland in the Autos for Sale .com machine position number 10. Sean Dower trying to get his position back now on Sal Accardi, trying the crossover move. It might be successful. Not this time around, but Accardi's on the high side. Dower's got the problem. Got down low, and now we're hearing some problems with number 78.
I'm down here in pit road. I'm listening to the channel. Just Mike Johnson's having a great time right now at Accardi. Whatever adjustments they made, Joe, is working great. He's just fighting traffic right now. That 78, he said, is on a rail if he gets fresh air. He said he's checking out, but he's in dirty air right now.
Back around position number 5, Michael Johnson trying to get around Michael Churchma. Behind them, Eric Davis is caught up to both of those machines. And now it looks like we might have a pass for position number 4. Churchma high, Johnson low, Eric Davis on the track as caution once again on the field. It looks like it's going to involve Jason Halverson, Michael Tibbetts, both getting a piece of that one, and James Brown as well being involved. So it looks like 4 cars involved in that incident to bring out the caution flag once again here on the field at Homestead, Miami. Tibbetts, Halverson, James Brown all getting a piece of that incident in some way, shape, or form, and that's all going to take place on the front stretch. We talked about it earlier, Jacob. That is the place, if you're going to have problems, those bumps through turns 3 and 4 are the place you're going to have them.
Yeah, definitely. And you can see here, watching the replay, it looks like Jason Halverson went up a little too high, too quick, and collected the 97 coming down across, and James Brown was just a innocent bystander, cutting his nose off. James hoped to do what Kevin McCarthy did right there and just drive straight through it. If you look at the 44, somehow he escaped by that wreck. So just a bad place, bad time for James.
Leaders coming down pit road. Carl's got him.
Colton slides it into the pits here. Looks like he's going to take 4 tires and fuel. He's going to get a little bit of a repair there. I see on the side of his, the pot of his car, there's got some damage. They're going to get that fixed and get him back out there on the track. We also got Gordon Berkey on the track, or on the pits here. He's not on the track, he's in the pits. He got 4 tires and fuel. He's back out and away.
Yeah, running down here quick. I was worried about the wreck there. A host of drivers coming down pit road. Mike Johnson, Eric Davis, they're all coming in, getting that 4 tires and fuel, that last adjustment. As well, Garrett Atwell, Richard Holland, Sean Dewar, Dylan Ackert, and many others just grabbing those last-minute adjustments, because I am almost positive this is going to be the last pit stop of the race, with or without the trend we have been running. So hopefully they made that money setup in all these cars. And I'll be curious to see who stayed out, if anyone.
I don't see any. I don't think anybody stayed out because.
No. I'm sorry. I'm getting a thumbs up from Fastlane. Joel Wood and Brad Cooper stayed out. I don't know what their strategy is, but Bradley Cooper and Joel Wood stayed out here.
Yep,
so
you're right.
They will be 1-2 for the last South Speedway and R&R trucking cars.
Hey guys, getting a note here tonight. Mark McFadden and Agassiz Speedway throwing in here in the CORA Sunday Money Series tonight. They are giving a special bonus of $10 in iRacing credits to both the oldest and the youngest drivers on the field. Speaking of age, guys, so Agassiz Speedways and Mark McFadden stepping up here and giving a little bit of a bonus, a special bonus tonight at Homestead Miami Speedway in the Collisionworx Autobody 125 for the oldest and youngest drivers. Jacob, that is actual age, not subjective terms, so don't get any ideas in your head on who those bonuses are going to go out to.
Well, I can't say who the old guy is, but I would make a strong assumption. The number 4 of Garrett Atwell would probably be the youngest driver out here. I believe he's only 16 years old. So I won't make a judgment on the old guy remarks. Carl's not in the track, so that's not a sealed bet for him.
Hey!
We're just having fun, buddy. But, you know, still, it's nice to see Agassiz throwing out some great awards for these drivers.
I'm looking through here. I'm trying to see if I can pick out who I think might be the oldest. I think it's going to be the 48 of Mark McFadden. I think he's the oldest driver on the track, if I'm not mistaken.
Mark McFadden is disqualified, potentially disqualified from that award because it is Agassiz Speedway giving away that award, and it's not really an award if you give it to yourself. Just like this gold microphone on my desk, it's a nice little trinket, but it doesn't count because I just kind of bought it at the thrift store. I'm just being honest,
You bought yours at the thrift store. I bought mine on eBay. Two different places, same concept.
But
yeah, about that.
Back up here in the front here, we got Bradley Cooper and Joel Wood. They're going to be 1 and 2. Did not pit. Everybody else behind them, I believe John Pensula did not pit either. Yeah, I think John Pensula is the other one that did not pit. There was 3 of them. But Colton Berkey on back. They all got fresh tires, full tanks of fuel.
I'm questioning down here. I'm questioning this Joel Wood decision. He is in contention for this chase, and the guy who's on his rear is Richard Holland. He's in 10th. He's been running up front all night. If I was Joel, I would have got 4 tires and fuel there, but maybe his new chassis and everything, he has something that I don't know about.
We're going to find out as all the cars are about to be on the table. Less than 50 laps to go here in the Collisionworx Autobody 125 at Homestead Miami Speedway. The IndyCar experiment slowly coming to an end here. Brad Cooper now on the front row. Joel Wood, Colton Berkey, John Pansula, road number 2. Michael Churchman, Don Stevenson, road number 3. Michael Johnson, Eric Davis, row number 4. And Richard Holland, Dylan Ackert, row number 5 on the field. Pace car down on pit road. And, guys.
Joel Wood did not get a really good restart on that there. It looks like he kind of either missed a shift, spun the tires. But his restart was horrible. Bradley Cooper jumped out to a big lead there after that restart.
I'm almost wondering if Joel wasn't in the wrong gear.
Entirely
these guys are in second gear.
As Joel Wood continues to now keep up to play catch with Bradley Cooper. Joel Wood could have easily slipped a gear there behind him. Michael Churchman getting passed by Colton Berkey. SH&D trucking machine getting around the Elgin, Illinois Lafarge machine. Michael E. Johnson now up in the group with the RMJ trucking machine. And look who's now in the mix. John Pansula, the Dixon Trucking IndyCar. He's now trying to get a little bit of the top 5 himself, trying to get a little bit of Sunday money to the bank tomorrow.
Yeah, John Pansula was the third car that did not pit there. He's kind of sliding back. Michael Johnson and Michael Church, but both got around him. He is under fire now, heavy by Eric Davis. Eric Davis and Richard Holland both getting ready to go around Mr. Pansula.
Pansula can't hold on. He's going to duck way down low, try to make a big move on the Eric Davis machine, as Eric Davis now tries to break into the top 5, almost making contact with Michael Churchman. Churchman forced to check up, and that is a hard way to do it. Eric Davis, so doesn't care. He is now in position number 5 with time running out on the field. Back up front, Michael Johnson gets away from Colton Berkey. Colton Berkey back position number 4, Michael Johnson number 3, but Brad Cooper, the big one everyone's trying to chase here in the LaSalle Speedway, the purple LaSalle Speedway machine. Brad Cooper, Joel Wood first and second as time continues to tick down here at Homestead.
Trying to keep an eye here on Joel, see how he's going to fare after not getting tires and fuel there. His car's got to be feeling a little bit loose there after that. I know that, like you said, you get the get the fuel tank full of fuel. It kind of gets these cars a little bit more stable. Once they start running low on fuel, though, these cars start getting a little rear end happy and want to slide them around. Joel's able to get it right down to the bottom of the track and hold that bottom line.
Able to get down that bottom line and able to hold it. Can he continue to hold it, though? That's going to be the question. Meanwhile, Eric Davis continues his march to the front as he pushes up the 81 of Colton Berkey. Berkey, the SH&D trucking machine, doing everything he can to hold off the advances of Eric Davis, but Eric Davis might just be too strong on the field. Davis still position number 5, Colton Berkey position number 4, and a whole host of drivers behind him, single file through the field as they continue to run, trying to make position, trying to make some moves happen out here on the track. Colton Berkey still holding off Eric Davis. The question, though, is for how much longer?
Watching the 29 here is Dylan Ackert. Dylan Ackert gets down underneath the 4 car here of Garrett Atwell, looking to get a pass on him. Runs it right back up and behind him as Garrett just slams the front door on him there.
Side by side, Davis, Berkey, you're going to go back for battle for position number 4. Eric Davis finally has the advantage. No, here comes the SH&D trucking machine on the high side by side. They're going to continue to go. Colton Berkey, the SH&D trucking machine, just too fast out there, roaring like a lion on the side of his car. And they're going to continue to do battle side by side for position number 4.
Drag race down the backstretch here. Eric Davis is going to try once again, diving it down low onto the bottom of the racetrack there. Gets down underneath Colton Berkey. Is going to make it stick this time? No. Colton Berkey just hangs it tough. Gets a good run off the turn there and pulls it right back out in front of Eric Davis once again.
Colton Berkey continuing to hold off the advances of Eric Davis. Side by side, we have not seen a battle this good. That was a 3-lap battle. Eric Davis now concedes. He's going to drop behind the number 4, or 81 of Colton Berkey for position number 4. John Pansula, though, in trouble. John Pansula, the 0-1 machine, makes contact with the wall. He was advancing his position. Then, after making contact with the wall, he yields to Churchma, Salicardi, and Richard Holland. What was potentially a 6th place position has now dropped to position number 9 for John Pansula. The Dixon Trucking Machine in big trouble.
And the race is back on up here with Colton Berkey and Eric Davis again. Eric Davis finally gets around, but Colton Berkey dives it back down on the inside. Going into the backstretch here, looks like Colton Berkey is going to have the advantage.
Jacob Nye down on Bear Road, keeping us up with what's going on with John Pansula. What's going on, Jacob?
Well, John Pansula is just fighting a tight issue right now, and a lot of air moving off these cars. I went down quick to ask Brad Cooper's crew chief and Joel Wood's crew chief, are they good for fuel? And they both just kind of gave me a look. I don't know if if they're really, really, really close. Michael Johnson's good, and he is just drafting right now. It sounds like on radio, Joel Wood, on purpose, to save some fuel. If I was Joel, I'd let Mike Johnson buy him and draft him as well. Try to burn off save that last ounce of fuel if they're that close. Because only 35 more laps. You won't burn that much in these Delaras. They're cranking high RPM, but very good fuel mileage.
Meanwhile,
like battle. Go ahead, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Meanwhile, back in that battle for position number 4, Eric Davis has finally pulled around Colton Berkey. Davis now position number 4 and back in front of the field. It's starting to cluster up a little bit as we run out of time. Only 35 laps left. 34 when they cross the start-finish line. Bradley Cooper, Joel Wood, Michael Johnson. They are incredibly close to each other, and it's getting dangerous up front for your top 3.
Yeah, just kind of watching Michael Johnson here. Looks like he is just shadowing Joel. Everywhere Joel goes, he goes. They're just drafting. I think he kind of heard you there, Jacob, on do the draft thing and save fuel, because that's exactly what he's doing. He's just Joel Woods goes high. Michael Johnson right behind him. Michael Johnson's going to dive down the inside now. Joel Woods is going to try for the pasture going into turn 1.
Into turn number 1, they go around Michael Johnson fighting off Joel Wood, and it looks like it will be the 78, the RMJ Trucking Machine of Michael Johnson fighting off the R&R Transport Machine of Joel Wood. Joel Wood, though, now trying to make the crossover. He's going to go down low. Nope, go back in high. He's wiggling back and forth, trying to make it work out there. Michael Johnson, second. Bradley Cooper in first, and now Michael Johnson is making a run on Bradley Cooper. Brad Cooper doing everything he can to hold off, but it looks like Mike Johnson just has a turbo turned on. Matt IndyCar, the RMJ Trucking Machine could be in a good way. He wiggles in turns 3 and 4, opens the door once again for Joel Wood. Joel Wood now down low. He's going to try to pick up position number 2 if he can. No, he cannot. And now Eric Davis gets back into the mix. And now with only 31 laps left to go, business has picked up here at Homestead, Miami.
I think Alan might have gotten my crystal ball there, because he's the one who picked Eric Davis for the win. And here comes Eric Davis. He has now gotten around Colton Berkey and Joel Wood for the 3rd position. He sets his sights on Michael Johnson.
Setting his sights on Michael Johnson as they start getting into lap traffic. They've got to contend with the 21 of Jason Halverson now to get around him and try to figure out where they're going to go. That's going to open up the door for Eric Davis. He will pick up position number 3 on Joel Wood, and Eric Davis not going to be satisfied with that. 30 laps to go, 29 as they cross the start-finish line. Eric Davis 3rd, Michael Johnson 2nd, Brad Cooper 1st, and Eric Davis could pull the move right of the year right here, coming from the back to the front to win here at Homestead, Miami. He's got the speed, he's got the potential, as now we battle for the lead. Michael Johnson on the outside, Bradley Cooper inside, and it will be Michael Johnson taking away the lead. But here comes Eric Davis. He's trying to make it go 3 wide. New leader on the field. It will be Michael Johnson, but here comes Bradley Cooper, Joel Wood, and now Eric Davis drops from 3rd to 4th. Caution on the field. The 0-1 machine of John Pansula now looking like he's beat up on that into the wall, and he is stopped in turns 3 and 4 And now we're going to get the replay. Jacob, you got a full eye of that. What did you see down there?
It just looks like, again, getting tight late in the run. Sean Dora was running down low, and it looks like he got tight at the wrong place and just clipped the left rear tire of Pansula, sent him spinning, and drove him powerful into the wall. But it's unfortunate for Pansula.
This is going to be Pansula's second major incident of the night, and I don't believe he has another reset. I believe they're just going to try to get that car back to some sort of racing condition, and that might be all she wrote for that machine. Back up front gives them a chance to catch their breath after some very, very heavy dogfighting up front. Michael Johnson, Bradley Cooper, Joel Wood, Eric Davis, and Colton Berkey. When do they restart with less than 25 to go, guys? They're all going to have an opportunity to walk away with this race.
Oh, absolutely. Eric Davis is looking very strong out there, though. He has got a really, really fast ride. It looks like he is just picking and choosing where he wants to make his passes. But he's gotten up here now with Michael Johnson and Joel Wood and Bradley Cooper, and it seems like the pitch strategy is working out for these guys. They're not falling back through the field like I thought they were going to, and I think it's going to be a really, really good fight to the finish with these five drivers. Colton Burke, you can't forget about him. He's sitting there waiting for one of these guys to make a mistake also. Michael Churchman, Gary Bauer, Gary Atwell, they're all right there in the hunt.
All right there in the hunt, all within striking distance here at I'm thinking about Talladega race earlier, at Homestead, Miami, in the Collisionworx Autobody 125 at Miami, Homestead, Miami Speedway. Let's go ahead and take our last commercial break of the race. When we come back, we'll bring you the uninterrupted finale to this IndyCar race here at Homestead, Miami with the CORA Sunday Money Series on LSRTV. Less than 25 laps left to go here in the Collisionworx Autobody 125, part of the CORA Sunday Money Series. We are doubled up on the field, getting ready to go back to green flag racing. Here it is on the front row. Michael Johnson, Brad Cooper, Joel Wood, Eric Davis right behind him, Colton Berkey, Michael Churchman, Gary Bauer, Garrett Atwell, Dylan Ackert, and it looks like it's going to be Don Stevenson rounding out your top 10 here at Homestead, Miami. It's going to get ready to go green flag racing for what should be the finale of this race, guys. And still lots of racing left to go. And if you're really in this top 10 right now, you have a shot of walking away with it. But all eyes are going to be on that man starting in fourth, Eric Davis, who's clawed his way through this field from the back end of this field back now to position number 4. You know he wants to win it, but those other 4 drivers around him want to take it away. Pace car is off. Green flag flies once again on lap 103. Michael Johnson, we got a wreck on the track already. 2 cars involved. Michael Church was involved. It looks like a couple other cars involved out there as well. Gary Bauer involved as well in that incident on the restart. Gary Bauer just drove himself into the wall. Michael Churchman had a little bit of assistance out there, guys.
I'm trying to see exactly what happened there on that restart.
Spun his tires. Michael Churchman now back in trouble once again. Smoke pouring heavily out of that 88 Lafarge, Illinois Lafarge machine. Churchman now all trying to get as low on the track as he can to stay out of the racing grooves. No yellow flag has come out yet, so we continue to go green flag racing here. Back up front, Bradley Cooper continues to hold off. Joel Wood, Eric Davis sits a battle for position number 2, allowing Michael Johnson to take away the field. More wrecks on the field. It's going to be Gordon Berkey now involved. Jason Halverson, both those drivers get involved coming off of turns 3 and 4, and that is going to bring out the caution flag once again, although it looks like the Gordon Berkey, and that's the CORA 17 machine, he was involved from an earlier incident. He made contact with one of the AutosForSale.com machines. I believe that is the 31 machine of Richard Holland that he ended up getting involved with. Gordon Berkey goes straight into the wall, ends up making contact with a 17 machine of Jason Halverson, and that was all it was. Gordon Berkey then goes to spinning down the front stretch, as these cars tend to do. They're just so light out there, they can barrel roll for days. Gordon Berkey's car pretty much done at this junction, and heavy smoke pouring from Gordon Berkey's machine. Jason Halverson, not his first incident out there. He's going to be in a little bit of trouble as well.
And he spins it around again. Oh, sorry. He's not spinning it around again. I was on his replay. Wow. Wrong crystal ball again.
Jason Halverson, though, he is now spinning it around out there as he tries to recover that machine. You're just a minute ahead there, Carl.
Okay. Yeah, he finally decided to go ahead and tow it after that. But, yeah, it looks like he kind of lost it there and got up into Gordon. Gordon was trying for the outside pass, and Halverson just lost it altogether. He got into the side of Gordon. That's a shame. Gordon he had a great run going. He was doing good up there running the front. Had to pit, came back out, and that's what happens when you get into the back of the field. You got these guys that are damaged and not running up to snuff, and yeah, it's a shame.
I'm watching that replay that LSR is throwing up here on the big screen from that wreck. We're a little delayed down here on the track. You know what's really weird? Both Churchman and Gary Bauer restarted side by side. Neither touched each other, but they both wrecked at the same time. Maybe there was fluid on the track at that point.
Separate wrecks. I mean, they both kind of looked like they both spun their tires and just on the restart, and that's what caused that. But yeah, you were right. They were separate wrecks.
Separate wrecks, side by side. It's rough. I just went down to Michael Johnson, Brad Cooper, and Joel Wood's teams, looked at them. They're all giving thumbs up. So the 3 of them are good to go. So if they're good, that means Eric Davis, Colton Berkey, Garrett Atwell, and the rest of the field are good to go. I was following Dom Dieball too, Carl. I did mention it to you on the commercial break that he was up front. I'm trying to get in touch with his crew. They're running around right now like a madman trying to fix something on his car. I'm trying to find out what's wrong because he was all the way up to 9th place. He's back to 2 laps down already. So trying to just maybe go over and see what's going on there. But, you know, that's unfortunate for Dom. He was making a great run there towards the middle part of the race.
Making great run as the race continued, but now it's going to be really kind of go time out there as time is running out. We should be back to green flag racing around lap 109, maybe 110, leaving between 17 and 16 laps left to go here. And remember, there's no green, white, checkered finish in iRacing. So if we end up with the yellow flag being thrown at the latter stages of this race, you're either going to have one, a very compacted restart, or number two, you're going to end this race under the yellow flag.
They're doubling back up here, getting ready for the restart. We got Michael Johnson, Bradley Cooper, Joel Woods, Eric Davis, Colton Berkey, Garrett Atwell, Don Stevenson, James Brown, David Wink, and Dylan Ackford for your top 10.
17 laps will be run when we come back to the green flag, but I've got a feeling we're going to see at least one more caution flag before the night is over, guys. Michael Johnson, Bradley Cooper, Joel Wood running so strong out there. Colton Berkey, Eric Davis, but all in the hunt. That top five really could walk away with this race. Any one of those drivers in the top five could walk away. And then you've got some very grizzled veterans out there like Garrett Atwell, like Don Stevenson, James Brown in the top 10, David Wenk in the top 10. Guys, this is going to be the restart that's going to define the race. This is going to be the restart that is going to make or break the race here at Homestead Miami Speedway. If you here on this restart, whatever happens, that's what's going to happen, and that's going to be the race.
Just running down here quick before the green flag drops. I asked Dom Crucci if I got in touch with him. How him and Halverson got together and got a little nose damage. He had to get it repaired. He had no resets left in the race, so it's unfortunate for the 15. But his teammates are up here in 1 and 3, so let's see what goes on.
Pace car will make the hard left turn down pit road. Michael Johnson once again in touch with this crew. Michael Johnson hits the loud wall, the loud pedal, and we are back to green flag racing. Couple drivers end up making contact with the wall in the restart. No major incidents, no yellow flags out. And now see Bradley Cooper, Joel Wood battling for position number 2. They're making contact, tire contact between Wood and Cooper. They're able to save it. Michael Johnson still position number 1. Joel Wood, Bradley Cooper position number 2 and 3. Now here comes Eric Davis trying to fight off Colton Berkey for position number 4. Don Stevenson in that mix as well as they cross the line. Time running out. Michael Johnson, though, ahead of everybody as your leader.
Kind of an exciting restart there. Watching Eric Davis as he took off there. He spun his tires. He got it kind of crooked. He was one of the cars that almost touched the wall there. The car right behind him, I believe, was James Brown. James Brown had the same kind of problem there. He just slammed on the gas pedal, got the rear end cocked sideways a little bit, caught it. Look, everything went fine, though.
Everything went fine. We're back. We're still green flag racing here with only 15 laps left to go. 14 when they cross the start finish line. Michael Johnson checking out on his field. Joel Wood, Bradley Cooper now working in line to try to catch up some speed on your leader, Michael Johnson. And then there's Eric Davis, who's kind of just trailing on the wake of Bradley Cooper out there, and they're using these two are trying to use that aerodynamic wake, if you will, to catch up with your leader. But the question is it too much, too late? They're going around this track at over 210 miles per hour, topping out at 215 going into the stretches. They're racing at Talladega-style speeds here at the 1.5 mile at Homestead, Miami. Michael Johnson running away with it. Joel Wood second, Bradley Cooper third, Eric Davis fourth, and then is Colton Berkey, Don Stevenson rounding out your top 6 as we are on almost 10 to go. We are I believe 13 to go at this point. Michael Johnson running away, though, is 13 laps, enough for him to walk away with the race.
Looks like Michael Johnson's about ready to check out on these guys here. Joel Woods, he's trying to get up there and get some of the draft off of Michael Johnson. As Eric Davis comes down low on Bradley Cooper here, getting racy. Looking like he's going to want to try for at least the third position, if not more.
Looks like there's some problems there. Bradley Cooper, a little bit of smoke coming out of the car as he goes through turns 1 and 2. Engine still intact on that number 25 LaSalle Speedway machine. So it might have been a little bit of a bump out there as he has to wiggle through turns 3 and 4, still going the right direction. 11 laps left to go at this juncture. Michael Johnson in front, Joel Wood, Bradley Cooper, Eric Davis, your top 4 running away with it. And to give you some idea of just how much this race is now between your top 4, have a second between between your top four, almost a full second between fourth and fifth right now, well over a full second between first and fifth right now. So your top four racing in contention for this race as we get to 10 to go. Michael Johnson running away with it. Joel Wood, Bradley Cooper doing everything they can to try to get back on track.
Yeah, watching Bradley Cooper here. Bradley Cooper is running the wheels off that car. He is chasing down Joel Wood. That's where you saw the smoke. He got into that turn really hard. It just smoked those front tires a little bit. Is what I was seeing. Got some lap traffic in. Bradley Cooper's looking down to the inside of Joel Wood right now, looking to make the pass, and they have caught Michael Johnson.
They have caught Michael Johnson out there as they continue to run laps. Time running out. 9 to go. 8 when we get to the start-finish line. Johnson in first. Joel Wood second. Bradley Cooper, Eric Cooper first. As we have some more problems on the track. Caution out on once again as Gary Bauer and Jay Anderson get tied up. Both the sim racing setup analyzer machines out there get caught up with one another. Heavy smoke pouring from those machines, and those two machines will be done for the night, what will give us at least one more exciting restart here at Homestead Miami Speedway.
Well, I tell you, Eric Davis, he's fast once they get rolling, but he is having a hard time on the restarts. It seems like he falls back 1 or 2 positions every single restart we have there, but he makes it back up. I don't think he's going to have enough time to get up here and actually fight with these guys up here for the lead. Michael Johnson seems to have a really, really strong car. He's just the opposite. He's got a really strong car on the restarts there. He was able to jump out to almost a full second lead there for a little bit until these guys started rolling behind him. But Eric Davis, I don't know. I think maybe Alan's choice might be in trouble.
So Michael Johnson at the front of this field, Joel Wood, Bradley Cooper, Eric Davis, Colton Berkey, your top 5. And when we get back to green flag racing, we should be within about 5 laps to go. So we will have a green, white, checkered finish here at Homestead Miami Speedway, but also one yellow flag could end all of that as we speak. I believe we've got some updated points if the race were to end right this moment. Jacob, what you looking at?
Well, the newlywed Nathan Sedlak is going to surrender the point lead tonight, no matter what the turnout is at the end of the race. And more than likely, it's going to be to his own teammate, Don Stevenson, the other newlywed, with only a 20-point deficit before the race. He'll gain a lot of points here, running 6th currently. Everett Lane is in risk of maybe following to... well, no, he's not. I'll look at the points here a little more. It's going to be really close. David Wink might gain a little ground on him. But Everett Lane will gain 2nd place by the end of the night. Then we'll have Sedlak in 3rd, David Wink in 4th. Michael Churchma having a rough night. He is locked in the chase, though, I believe, well enough that he doesn't have to really struggle too hard. Salacardi is going to move up in the points, though, again, with his great run going so far. And then 7th and 8th in points are sitting 1 and 3 on the track right now. Brad Cooper, Mike Johnson, it's going to be huge for them. And Joel Wood, again, he's on the bubble for the chase. He's in 2nd place. His closest competition in the chase is Richard Holland. Richard Holland is in 18th, so it's a big points night right now for these guys.
When we go back to green flag racing, it will be 4 to go, so we will have a green, white, checkered finish, as I said. And guys, this changes everything out there. Carl, if you're in the cockpit right now and you know you're only going to have 4 to go with the potential of 1 caution flag, or the caution flag ruining it all, what do? Do you just drop the hammer and let it go, or do you try to play strategy, thinking race for all 4 laps?
Well, I mean, that's a good question here. If I were in Michael Johnson's shoes, I would be putting it to the floor. Seems like his car is really, really good on the takeoff there, and it takes a couple laps for Joel and Bradley and Eric to actually catch him back up again. 4 laps, I think he's got this. Unless something drastic happens, he spins the tires. I think Michael Johnson may have the win on this one here.
Jigging down on pit road, what are the crew chiefs telling them? What are they getting on the radio and telling their drivers out there for this final 4-lap rodeo?
I'm listening to the driver channel on my iPhone here. I got the app set up with my headset. It's a great feature here at the race day. Garrett Atwell just reminded these guys, if you're a little loose on these starts, stay in 2nd gear. Yeah, it hurts you right off into turn 1. But all the teams are preaching the same thing: aggressive and patience. I don't know how you can be aggressive and have patience. I guess that's why I didn't qualify again this week for the race. But yeah, it's a lot of aggressive driving, but they need you to be smart on the restarts. And like Carl had alluded to, Eric has had a couple of rough restarts here, and Michael Johnson has just left them out to dry. That 78 looks like the 44 did last week at Watkins Glen, and that's a great set he has under that car. So I'm honestly looking right now at Salicardi back in 7th place to make a move here. He's not afraid to be aggressive, and he's in a capper to see if anyone makes a checkup move. He might be just enough under him to say, you know what, I'm going for it.
Lights are off. It will be a 4-to-go shootout here at the track to end the Collisionworx Autobody 125 at Homestead Miami Speedway, part of the CORA Sunday Money Series. Michael Johnson looking for his first win of the season. He's had a pole. He's had 2 top 5s. He's had 5 top 10s. But the one thing that's eluded him, the 1-0 he has on the score sheet right now, is a win. And tonight, that could break the streak for Michael Johnson. Joel Wood second, Bradley Cooper third. It's going to be green flag racing for Michael Johnson. Drops the hammer, spins the wheels, and we are back. 4 to go. Michael Johnson, Bradley Cooper, Joel Wood all through the field. Here comes Eric Davis making contact with Joel Wood. Eric Davis takes away position number 3. Joel Wood drops back. Colton Berkey now trying to advance his position around Joel Wood. Michael Johnson taking off on this field. He's got a lock on position number 1. Can anybody catch him? We'll find out. 3 laps left to go here in the race. Michael Johnson, Bradley Cooper, Eric Davis still top 3. It's a quagmire for position number 5 right now as Colton Berkey trying to catch up with Joel Wood. Colton Berkey holds on to position number 5 behind him. A talented litany of talented drivers. Salicardi, Don Stevenson, David Wenk all trying to fight with the young gun out there for that 5th position.
Well, looks like my crystal ball worked out for me on that one here. Michael Johnson didn't spin the tires, got a great restart there. Bradley Cooper is fighting hard to try to reel him back in. Eric Davis is very hot on his heels, whatever. Eric Davis looking down to the inside of Bradley Cooper, getting ready to take 2nd place away right now.
Obstacle 6 last time by. It will be white flag showing this time around, and Michael Johnson's got 1 more lap to run if he wants to win the Collisionworx Autobody Homestead Miami. The 125er almost complete. White flag in the air. Michael Johnson has the lock. It's going to be Eric Davis and Bradley Cooper fighting for position number 2 on the field. Side by side, they continue to run. Michael Johnson, though, nowhere to be found. He's got a huge lead on him. Going through turns 3 and 4. Battles for 2nd place as Eric Davis surpasses Bradley Cooper. Michael Johnson can finally put the win in the scorecard. Michael Johnson wins the Collisionworx Autobody's IndyCar 125 at Homestead Miami. Bradley Cooper 2nd, Eric Davis 3rd, Joel Wood 4th, Colton Berkey 5th, and the replay we need to get is Bradley Cooper finally in him to take away position number 2.
What a race with Bradley Cooper and Eric Davis. Eric Davis got around and Bradley Cooper dropped it down back to the inside and just smoked him. Bradley Cooper did a wonderful job there picking up a 2nd place finish.
What an incredible crossover by Bradley Cooper. We almost had him count out for 3rd. Finds the intestinal fortitude to pick up position number 2. Bradley Cooper walking away with just that much more money for his efforts here tonight at Homestead Miami. Eric Davis finishing 3rd, Joel Wood 4th, Colton Berkey rounding out your top 5 tonight. When we return, we will talk to your top 3, and we will talk to your top 3. We'll recap what's been one incredible race here at Homestead Miami and look forward to what's going to be an even more fun race in 1 week's time from Atlanta. Michael Johnson, your winner, now is removing the only goose egg he had on the scorecard. When we return, we will talk to him here at the Homestead Miami Speedway for the Collisionworx Autobody 125, part of the CORA Sunday Money Series, live on LSRTV. The post-race show is next.
Yeah.
$125 laps complete here at Homestead, Miami for the Collisionworx Autobody IndyCar 125 at Homestead, Miami. Michael Johnson scores his first win of the season here tonight at Homestead, Miami Speedway. Bradley Cooper second, Eric Davis third, Joel Wood fourth, Colton Berkey your top five, Sal Gardy, David Wing, Don Stevenson, Garrett Atwell, James Brown your top 10, Sean Dower, Dylan Ackard, Michael Tibbetts, Mark McFadden, Gordon Berkey your top 15, John Vansula, Jay Anderson, Richard Holland, Dominic Dyball, and Gary Bauer your top 20. Everett Lane, Kevin McCarthy, Jonathan McMinn finishing 23rd in his rookie debut here at CORA. Charlie Starks disqualified and finishes positions 24th. Michael Churchman ends position number 25 on the field. Jason Halverson, Ryan Keys, Michael Whitlock, Phil Gary rounds out your field of 29 tonight here at Homestead, Miami Speedway. But a driver elated to pick up his first win of this season is the driver of that RMJ trucking machine, Michael Johnson, here at Homestead, Miami in victory lane with him. Mike, what an incredible finish for you. Was winning the goal tonight, or was this just a big surprise for you?
Surprised. A lot of good drivers out here, a lot of great talent, but I'm ecstatic. My first CORA win, I'll take it. So just as good as gold to me.
Mike, you mentioned it is your first CORA win. It is the only category you were missing there on the box score. In 12 starts, you had 1 pole, 2 top 5s, 5 top 10s, but 0 wins. How critical is this win for you tonight?
For points, huge. I think this will solidify my position in the chase. I believe I've locked myself in. So that's awesome. Huge weight off the shoulder. in that aspect. So that's great, making the chase. Man, what a race. It was intense. That final 5 laps was so intense for me.
Those final 5 laps were critical. You made this. You're able to make this pass as a result of pit stops and pit strategy. How much did that final pit stop play into your hand tonight?
Well, you know, when me and Sal got together there, I thought it was over. Thought my night was over. But then, you know, not being, I guess being off of this pit schedule as everybody else, off the same sequence as they, may have helped because I got to stay out. That's what got my track position back, and we all had to pit again under that caution. So it worked out. It really worked out well.
Weight finally lifted off your shoulders with this win. In 1 week's time, we will go to the fastest 1.5 miles on the circuit at Atlanta. Are we looking to make it a 2-for-2 and continue making a new streak for you and the team there?
Oh, definitely. I think I always have a shot at victory. Just, you know, it comes when it comes. But yeah, I will definitely give it my best next week to be up front. You know, the more points, the merrier. Even if you're locked in, it's always good to finish up front.
Always good, always fun to finish up front. Before we let you go, we know there's a lot of people who made it work for you and the RMJ Trucking team tonight. Who makes it work for you, buddy?
Oh, RMJ Trucking, first and foremost, he pays my way. Thanks and hats off to him. Fast Lane Racing, Everett, Joel, Dominic. We worked so hard on the set this week, and it really paid off. 100 hours of practice, I swear to you. It felt like that long. And yeah, you know, CORA for putting all this on, LSRTV, and the fans, you know, they make it happen as well by viewing and liking our videos and coming and checking us out. So I'd just like to thank everybody, and I'd like to thank my wife for letting me do this, putting up with me being up here in my man cave 5 nights out of the week working on it. And so real big shout out to her.
Michael Johnson finally getting the monkey off his back. First win here and in CORA, and it couldn't come at a better time than the Collisionworx Autobody 125 here at Homestead, Miami. Mike, congratulations on your big win tonight. Congratulations on your first CORA Sunday Money win, and we'll see you in 1 week's time when we go racing in Atlanta.
All right, thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.
Mike Johnson, your big winner in the RMJ Trucking IndyCar tonight, finishing first here at Homestead Miami Speedway. Let's take it over to Jacob Nye, who's caught up with our second-place finisher, Brad Cooper, in the LaSalle Speedway machine.
You're right about that one, Joe. I'm down here celebrating on a second-place run with my owner, teammate, compadre, Brad. Tell us about that last 2 laps there with Eric Davis. We had LSRTV covering that big up in the booth because that was an awesome move by you on the last turn there.
Thank you. I was hoping that he would do that and drive it hard into 3 so I could get, you know, I guess it's a crossover. Is that what they call it? I don't know. But yeah, I saw it coming, and I'd been throwing it to people all day. And I was like, you know, he's got all this new speed. I'm going to have to get him here. And it worked out.
Yeah, it's an awesome race to watch. You know, we're getting ready for the chase here. Perfect time to get the momentum swing for yourself. I've heard from multiple people in CORA to watch out for you. One in particular is, you know, in the CORA staff. I'm not going to throw the names out, but they've mentioned that you are one to watch out for. What do you got to do for the chase here?
Well, I think mainly in the chase, it's going to be more consistent finishes. That's kind of what we've been doing all year, other than the races that we didn't make due to qualifying. And just making sure that we're in the top 10 when it's all said and done. I mean, my best finishes are at tracks that are technical. I haven't had a lot of luck at super speedways. Not that I don't like them. It's just kind of random events there that kind of take course. So I think in the long run, it's all about consistency, and we're just going to keep doing what we're doing.
It's great to hear, you know, here in the 25 Dallara, here sponsored by LaSalle Speedway. Who else makes it work for you here week by week in the CORA series?
Well, I got Second Gear Racing, Sal, Charlie, and you, Jacob. You guys all good teammates, and we work together on a daily. And I give a shout out to my girlfriend for putting up with me. She was here to watch that finish. My mom and dad, and I guess that's about it. I mean, Fastlane Racing too, they were associated with them. I want to also add, though, that I was out of fuel. I had 0.2 gallons at the end of that race, so way to make it exciting for myself.
Boy, you're making my job sound like I didn't do my job on pit road, Brad. Thanks, but well, great finish there. Second place. See you next week. I believe Joe is caught up now with our 4th place finisher.
Joel Wood in the 79 machine finishing 4th here tonight on the field. And Joel, it's been a while since you've been in the top 5, but second top 5, this should give you a nice boost in the points looking towards the chase. Not a bad way to end your night tonight.
No, I'm excited with the top 4. I was hoping that me and my teammate there, Mike Johnson, could get a 1-2 or at least a 1-3 podium finish, but I fell out a little bit and shit was getting tight on the last few laps. I was pushing a little bit too hard, and about 3/4 into the race, I lost all my sound. I didn't have a spotter. I couldn't hear nobody talking on the track or nothing, so I was kept on bugging my teammates, asking what lap and everything we were on, so that was interesting.
We understand tonight you were set up with a brand new computer, brand new chassis in this Indy car. How much did that contribute to your good run here in the 4th place finish?
Oh, it seemed to make it a lot smoother around the track. It wasn't bouncing around, and I could actually hold a smoother line this year, so it seemed to help me a lot.
Joel, tonight's race, you just seemed like you have a car that was on rails. What was the secret? Was it the setup? Was it the strategy? What made that 79 machine run so special tonight?
Oh, it was a team effort. I couldn't do it without Fastlane. We work on our setups all week and do a lot of practice, and so I couldn't have done it without the Fastlane boys down there. Everett Lane, Michael Johnson, Dominic Dieball, Rex Buchanan, and anybody else that comes around the room there.
Joel, next week you guys go to Atlanta in the fastest mile and a half available on the high racing sim. Are you guys ready for it? What's your feelings? What is your strategy? Are we going to see you guys back to back top 5s?
I'm hoping so. I know that we have some fast cars, and hopefully by the end of next week we got some fast setups, and we can make another good showing for Fastlane.
Joel, who makes it work for you? Lots of people making it work for you day in, day out in this R&R transport machine. Who makes it work for you? Who you want to give a shout out to? Microphone is all yours.
I want to thank R&R Trucking for helping me out this season out of Illinois. Fastlane Racing for all their help. Like I said, Michael, Everett, Dom, R&R Trucking, RMJ, Small Town Computers, and I want to thank all the CORA members or staff members for putting this show on for us.
That is Joel Wood, driver of the number.
Thank you two guys for doing the broadcasting.
Joel, any other shout-outs you want to give there, buddy?
No, I'm sorry about that.
Joel Wood finishing 4th tonight in the R&R Transport Honda Dallara IndyCar. Congratulations on your big finish there. Joel, we'll see you in 1 week's time when we go racing in Atlanta.
All right, thank you, guys.
125 laps complete here at Homestead, Miami in the Collisionworx Autobody 125. Carl, what an incredible race we saw here tonight.
Indeed, that was a interesting race to say the least, but that final crossover there, that was just one of the most impressive moves I've seen all night long. Just to see him make that picture perfect pass there for second place. Michael Johnson was gone, so sorry can't talk any more about him on that. But that Bradley Cooper race with Eric Davis was tremendous. Great race. A lot of cautions. Like I said, I think they need to bring back the system where you have incidents, you get taken out. That's what's got to calm them down, I think, out there.
Yeah, it's Carl. I mean, I'm a driver and a reporter. I have to agree about the incidents, but I am actually hoping to next week qualify Sunday night. I'm going to take the JJM Productions number 16 out on the track this week and see if I can rattle some cages. Go after that 44 and 78 in the track and see if I can compete with them as well up front. But if not, gladly come in Atlanta next week, come up in the down pit road for you guys and keep up to date. Like you said, Brad Cooper's pass was one of the best that we've seen all year here in CORA, and it's clean, smooth. congratulations to Mike Johnson and Fastlane. I think this is 3 wins in a matter of like 5 weeks for them. So they are on a tear right now going into the chase. So it's going to be great to see what those guys can do out of that shop.
Lots of exciting racing as we have 2 races left to go here in the IndyCars before we get to the 4-race chase for the Sunday Money Cup. That'll do it for us here at Homestead Miami Speedway. My thanks again goes to Collisionworx Autobody down there in Memphis, Tennessee, making friends by accident. Need a hand with your car? Go see Collisionworx Autobody. Tell them Cowboy Joe sent you. They'll take real good care of you. And of course, Agassiz Speedway for also sponsoring the $10 bonus, iRacing credit bonus to the oldest and youngest drivers here on the field tonight. Lots of exciting racing left to go here in the season. You don't want to miss it. We'll be back on air in 1 week's time, 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific for the Collisionworx Autobody Collisionworx Express IndyCars at Atlanta. Can the number 44 regain his top spot, or will another driver come up through the field? We will find out in 1 week's time. You'll be sure to join us for that here on LSRTV. On and on behalf of our entire broadcast team, our executive producer and camera operator, Laura Lawson, Jacob Nye, down on pit road, my partner in crime, Carl Jones. I am Joe Cortez. We will see you next week when we go racing at Atlanta for the Collisionworx Express IndyCar race at Atlanta, 8 p.m. here on LSRTV. Until then, good night, everybody.